When the radio's on and the sound's hot, you just shout to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Toa. All the best throwbacks.
Yeah, up. Just that last bit. Just kicked a little. Yeah. For both teams, mate. That's the plan.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you happen to be in the world, to the day 2 of Softball New Zealand's presentation of the 2024 National Open Club Championships. Day 2, game 2 here on the Diamond 1, the Sorensen Field. We have Porirua City United taking on the visitors Papanui from Christchurch. Porirua in their black strip will be sitting in the third base dugout. Papanui in the gold and white in the first base dugout. Papanui currently up to bat. We'll quickly run you through Papanui's batting lineup while we're here. Lead off for them is number 77, Josh Lubowiski. He'll be followed by Jackson Watt. Then comes in Marshall Cronk, Tyrone Bartarello, Cullen Bishop, Mitchell Finney, Nathan Watt, Josh Dixon, and Caleb Stewart rounds out the batting order as David Rogers, pitcher for Porirua, walks Josh Lubowiski. The first on base here in the top of the first innings, none down. Jackson Watt up to bat for Papanui. Just quickly, we'll run through the defensive lineup. Out at right field for Porirua City United, you have Ollie Smith. Centre field, Damon Creasy. At left, Gavin Peaty. Shortstop, Gene Lutton, the evergreen Gene Lutton. Aaron Nemir at third base. Rick Manson at second base. First base, Wayne Laulu. Pitching is David Rogers, and he's pitching to Kori Timu behind the dish in this one today. Papanui come through from yesterday as having put in a clean slate, 2 games for 2 wins. Yesterday, Porirua beat Albion yesterday before suffering a loss to Waitakere Bears. So 1-0 for Porirua, 2-2 for Papanui. Jackson Watt, the hard-hitting Jackson Watt, up to bat for Papanui. Papanui, very, very strong lineup, featuring Marshall Cronk as we see a hit out to shortstop. It's taken out there by Gene Lutton, throws it across to second base, and the double is completed. And that's a nice piece of softball to get Porirua underway defensively. 2 out just like that in the blink of an eye. Brings to bat number 7, Marshall Cronk. Of course, Marshall Cronk, a feature of the world champion Australian team at the last World Champs. He's listed in the lineup as the number 3 hitter and also the pitcher for Papanui. He's one of the softballers. There seems to be more and more of them these days who has all the tools and can do whatever job required of him out there on the diamond, including hitting the ball extremely hard. Probably similar in style, if not in stature, to the legend Andrew Kirkpatrick, who was also one of the world's finest batters and also one of the world's truly great pitchers for many years. A little bit cooler here again today for day 2 of our competition. It is about 16 degrees out there. We've got a decent sort of a breeze happening, but it's still a very, very nice day for softball out there. The breeze will actually help the batters out there today. It's a nor'westerly, so not straight at the batter's back, but definitely going to help that ball sail towards the fence if it's able to be got a hold of.
Ball 3, strike 2.
Porirua, without being unkind to them, feature probably one of the oldest infields and also most experienced infields in the tournament. As we see Marshall Cronk holes out at first base, taken out at first base for the 3rd out here in the top of the first innings. 1, 2, 3 up and 3 down. That went by very fast. We'll take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll see what Porirua can do when it's their turn to bat.
Your world, your colour, your choice with Racine.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the bottom of the first innings here at the 2024 National Open Club Championships, where we have Papanui out on the diamond taking on a Porirua City United. Papanui from Christchurch. Top of the innings was a 3 up, 3 down affair, so there's no score in the ball game. Quiet-ish start. Fine double play by the Porirua infield to get that one going. We'll do the lineups in reverse. We'll run you quickly through the Porirua batting lineup. The leadoff hitter for Porirua will be number 5, Damon Creasy. He'll be followed by Gene Lutton. Tueta Bishop comes in as the DP. Wayne Laulu comes in at number 4, Corey Timu, Rick Manson, Aaron Nemia, Gavin Peaty, and number 9, Ollie Smith round out the order for Porirua. Out there defensively for Papanui will go to right field, Jackson Watt, centre field, Josh Dixon, left field, Josh Lubowiski, Mitchell Finney at shortstop, Tyrone Bartarillo in the hot corner, second base, Caleb Stewart, first base, Callum Bishop. Doing the pitching out there on the hill, Marshall Cronk. He's throwing the balls into Nathan Watt. There's a hard hit by Damon Creasy. Goes straight through the glove at third base. Tyrone Bartarillo. Porirua underway straight away with a runner at first. Very dangerous batting lineup, this Porirua lineup, and if they get going, you will definitely see fireworks. Having said that, facing an international pitcher of some of the highest quality in Marshall Cronk. Big lead from Damon Creasy. Gene Lutton, I mentioned the evergreen Gene Lutton, looking fit as ever. On about his 35th Open Club Championships. Bunts it down the line. Sacrifice for the advancing Damon Creasy, who's safe at 2. And we talk about dangerous batters. Current Black Sox catcher, Tueta Bishop up to bat. Tueta back in New Zealand a few years ago now. Immediately made his way into the national setup.
I've actually got 2 shirts on underneath, so I don't wear a jacket now.
But brought a lot of the baseball experience that he was able to gather
But it's actually
from playing around the world.
come good.
back to Porirua City United, his home club.
Play ball.
That one right on the kneecaps. You heard the nice clear call there by the home plate umpire. We'll just quickly introduce you to the umpires. The home plate umpire is Richard Dodds. Himi Orupe out there at second base. And Jaden Bell circling around there out at third base. Team in blue. Got some visiting guest umpires at this tournament from overseas. Welcome to them, adding to the experienced umpires that New Zealand always has. Of course, none more experienced than the chief umpire at this tournament, which is Wiramu Tamaki.
Ball one. Strike two.
Damon Creasy's made his way all the way around to third base. And with none down, Tawera Bishop gives that a light tap, and it makes its way all the way to the outfield fence in foul territory. Just to let you know what sort of power he possesses. He really just did get the bat in the way of that one. Oh, nice pickup by Caleb Stewart out of second base, but that's a throw he will want to forget pretty quickly. It allows Creasy to come home and Porirua to score their first run.
Thank you. Sorry, mate.
Nice work to Weta Bishop. Probably didn't hit it exactly where he wanted to, but he managed to be safe at one as well. They've brought on the DR, designated runner, Tane Landon Lane. And up to bat is the very, very, very strong hitting of Wayne Laulu. For many years, one of the most feared hitters in world softball. Obviously still is. Goes hard at that rising pitch on the outside of the plate.
Ball one. Strike two. Double.
Cronk goes for the change up on that one. Laulu fouls it back. Runner safe at one still. Porirua 1-0 up in the ball game over Papanui. Now there's a nice pitch through the inside of the plate. It gets past Laulu's bat, strikes him out. And the batting lineup doesn't quit because in comes Corey Timu. Former international catcher himself, and also has played quite a bit in North America, including this last season just gone. A successful season for him. He's plied his trade at Porirua for the last couple of years.
I like that in the dirt. There ain't no dirt here.
Fouls that one back. 2 down, 1-0 in the ball game. And Corey Timu up to bat. It's a dangerous time for Papanui. They'll want to get out of this without hurting the scoreboard anymore. Corey Timu was throwing this one straight up in the air. It's gone a long way up. Getting underneath it was first base Callum Bishop. And indeed, it is Papanui who gets out of that one. Costs them only just one run. We'll head now into the top of the second innings with Porirua leading the ball game by 1-0 over Papanui. We'll be back with more action in just a minute.
Your world, your colour, your choice with Racine.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fraser Park Sportsville. 2024 Men's Open Club Championships. It must be March because it's the end of the season. We always headline or underline the end of the season with the Open Club Championships here in New Zealand. And it is one that the players certainly look forward to. 20 teams in the competition in this tournament this week, and that is an absolute amazing amount of teams to have at a tournament. And it's Tyrone Bartarello who helps himself to a hit. It goes all the way out to the centre field fence. It's just recovered out there now by Damon Creasy, who fires it back in. Tyrone Bartarello helps himself to a stand-up double. And Bartarello, absolute legend in this country now. The years that he's plied his trade here in New Zealand, for New Zealand, a multiple world champion.
Amazing amount of teams.
And also won a world championship with Australia quite a few years ago now.
Goes all the way out to the
Definitely one of the most
fence.
talented softballers we've seen in New Zealand in many years. Underlines that with a fine double. Number 47, Callum Bishop. Up to bat. And for every hard-hitting batter that Porirua has, this is one of the lineups in the tournament that will be able to match him. Papanui very well. Have done very well at National Open clubs in the last few years. Callum Bishop has been a member of the Black Sox squad. When things take a break, as Porirua just need a little bit of a discussion. Catcher Corey Timu, just making sure everybody's on the same page. Porirua blessed with 3 catchers with international experience. Of course, Corey Timu doing the catching out there right now, Tawera Bishop. And of course, a few years ago now, but Aaron Nemia also caught for the Black Sox.
Ball 3.
3 balls, no strikes on Callum Bishop. Comes back strongly, does David Rogers with that pitch. Can hear the slap of the leather on leather there, and nice and clearly in our microphones. as well as the call of the umpire, who was mic'd up out there as well. It's Bishop who drops the bunt. Timu takes the out at 1, but that moves the runner across to 3. The DR for Papanui is out there. That will be number 12, Josh Gladding. Lovely bunt drop there by Bishop. You see Corey Timu pounces on that and throws him out at first base. Nice bit of softball from both teams. Papanui doing what they had to do to move that runner to 3. Cullen Bishop's the first out after doing his job with the sacrifice bunt. Brings to bat number 11, Mitchell Finney. Good start by David Rogers. Got behind with that last batter. He won't want to be doing that too often. Now we've got a towering fly ball heading towards centre field. The batter at 3, the runner at 3 has tagged up. It's gone to shallow centre field. It gives the runner Gladding no opportunity to come home as Damon Creasy eats that one up. You'll see it in the replay. The runner goes back to tag up at 3. Damon Creasy comes in from deep centre field to take that quite shallow. Gets it in the air fast. Textbook, kids, it's exactly what you need to do to prevent that runner from scoring at 3. 2 down it is now. Mitchell Finney back in the dugout after holing out at centre field. Brings to bat number 41, catcher Nathan Watt. Good to see David Rogers out there. He's had some problems with injury. Fit and seems to be firing on all cylinders.
Strike 2.
Definitely a pitcher for Porirua who's capable on his day of keeping most teams quiet. Just missing the zone with that drop ball, hard drop ball on the outside. And the clouds are just a little bit of a feature today, unlike yesterday where we had clear blue skies. It's kept the temperatures a bit cooler, and we've seen Nathan Watt, who's just angled that one out to right field. He's found the grass with it, and that will even the ball game up as Gladding comes in from third base. 1-1 the ball game is now. Nathan Watt safe at first. 2 down here in the top of the second innings. Number 4, Josh Dixon up to bat for Papanui. This is a high fly ball out to left field. It's taken a long time to come down. Well caught out there by Gavin Peaty out at left field, and Porirua get out of this one, but not before Papanui score 1 run to even the score up with Porirua at 1-1. We'll find out what happens when we head to the bottom of the second innings in just a minute.
Try a trade. Try welding, plumbing, carpentry. Try automated trade skills, material fabrication, electrical. Try painting, try tiling. Try a trade. Starting this month, a 7-week program in partnership with Welltech and Whitireia. Uncover your passion for a future career. Open to all ages. Register your interest today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're into the bottom of the second innings here with Porirua City United taking on Papanui here on Sorensen Field, Diamond 1, Fraser Park, Sportsville. Ricky Manson out there staring down Marshall Cronk on the hill. Ricky Manson doing the batting for Porirua. Another one of the stalwart players from Porirua, been around a long time. Hits one hard out to shortstop. Taken out there nicely by Mitchell Finney, who fires it across the first base to have Ricky Mann out. He heads back to the dugout. He'll be replaced by number 17, Aaron Nemia. Aaron Nemia fouls the first one back to the fence. Swings hard at a rising pitch from Marshall Cronk.
Camera up a little bit.
Nemia eventually flies through first base there on the bunt. Quite an athletic run to first base, that one. Goes sprawling out on the dirt. Nevertheless, he is safe at one. A little bit of a comedy of errors at first base there by Papanui as they were unable to control that bunt. But it's Nemia with one down, who's now safe at first base to get Porirua going. Number 8, Gavin Peaty, up to bat for Porirua.
I had contact on the glove. No, I had contact on the glove.
And Petey goes to first base, advancing the runners. Contact on the hand, on the glove. As you heard the umpire say there.
DR running for the guy at second. Thank you.
Porirua will bring the DR in to run for Nemia at second base. And that is a number 77, Tane Landon Lane. Up to bat for TCU now is number 7, Ollie Smith. Porirua runners at 1 and 2 with only one down means they're going to get back to the top of their order. Damon Creasy in the on-deck circle helped himself to a hard hit through third base in the first innings to give, which they did.
Strike 2.
2 strikes, no ball on Ollie Smith. Goes hard at that rising pitch on the inside, and he strikes out. to be the second out of the innings.
Find a ball in your glove. It's that ball above your eye just makes it sometimes a bit hard to pick up.
Brings the bat, Damon Creasy. The lead-off hitter for Porirua City United. Straight away fouls that one back. Another member of the Black Sox training squad. Damon. Very accomplished softballer now. Played all around the world. And Marshall Cronk seems to possess several variations of his change-up. As he shows as he pulls the strings on that rising delivery. Promptly follows it up with a change of pace on a drop ball. Just pause for a sec while the Papanui outfield play tag with a pair of sunglasses.
Ball one, strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Creasy. That's a nice job done by Marshall Cronk. He sits Damon Creasy down and strikes. That will end the second innings, 2 complete. 1 run apiece here as we change innings. It will be Papanui up to bat next. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fraser Park Sportsville. We've got Papanui taking on Porirua City United. Currently, the scores are locked up at 1 apiece. Up to bat for Papanui will be a number 17, Caleb Stewart. Number 17, Josh Lubowiski, I seem to have 2 17s in my lineup here. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get that fixed up for you in just a minute. There goes my error there. Number 77, Josh Lubowiski up to bat now.
Yes, strike.
I suspect the swing of that one was just to get any thought of firing the runner out at 2 out of the mind of the catcher, as the runner has advanced to 2.
Yeah, almost off your feet, but that's okay.
Bit of humour out there from the umpire. Porirua come in for another.
You're going like this, and I go, oh shit, there's a bat up there. Let's make them a bit quicker, catch a bit quicker. We're taking a long time. We don't want to be still here in 2 hours, unless we've got game time going. But you know, play ball on strike.
Luba Whiskey up to bat for Papanui in this one. 1 strike on him. Runner safe at 2. And just about to join me in the booth is Corey, does that say Durham?
Yep.
Corey Durham, welcome along, Corey. I'm Gary, Ballpark Broadcasting. Nice to see you guys along.
Cheers, mate.
What club are you guys representing?
We were representing the Christchurch Club Albion today, this tournament.
Nice one. Club Nationals, it's a big tournament for all the players. You guys, Albion, I believe Canterbury have got all their Premier teams up here?
Yes, we do. It's actually awesome to see all the teams here. It's been a bit of a struggle trying to get here, but all the teams did very well. It's great to see them here. We've finally got 6 teams back in the comp back in Christchurch. It's awesome.
Oh, that's fantastic. Canterbury seem to be very much, one of the leaders when it comes to youth development. I've noticed probably yourselves along with the likes of North Harbour and here in Lower Hutt in that competition. So, you guys got a lot of young talent coming through down there.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's exciting to see. Great coaching staffs on all the Canterbury teams back home. A lot of big names coaching their squads. A lot of young, obviously a lot of young players and big families, big names. But yeah, they're doing really well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yourselves, day 1 at the tournament, how did you get on?
Boys, we did well, but just didn't hit the ball enough.
So
come away
losses?
with 2 losses.
2 losses. Bit of day for experience.
Yeah. Few boys that haven't been to a club nationals before, so good learning curve for the boys.
Sure is. 20 teams this year. I don't think we've had that many teams for a number of years. It's absolutely amazing to see that many teams at the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. I've been to a couple now, but yeah, it's awesome to play ball, awesome to be back here.
So we got Porirua taking on Papanui at the moment. Papanui, always a strong club down your way now. How did they go in your local competition down there? Has your local competition finished?
Yes. So they took out, I believe it was their 8th Canterbury title in a row this year. They took it out.
Wow.
Very, very strong team. Can't fault them. They play ball hard, fast, and just a good core of guys that hit the ball hard and field sharply.
All right, that sort of provides that sort of platform for the other teams to aspire to.
Definitely.
Porirua, that's a club that's close to me. I've been part of their setup for a number of years, but how do you see this game going?
This will be a good game. We played Porirua yesterday. We had a couple of good innings against them, and then their bat started firing, and ours went cold. But yeah, no, it's going to be a good game. Good hitters, good fielders, good pitching on both sides. Yeah,
they get a bit of a fearsome batting lineup. If it does get going, it's hard to stop.
Yeah, definitely.
You're quite right. Corey, yourself, what position do you play?
I've been playing first this year.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of young guys. We had a bit of congestion up the middle where I do like to play, so I took myself out of there to give the young guys a crack.
Oh, that's awesome.
They've been awesome this year, so I just can't fault them. And but a bit of everywhere, really. Try to fancy myself as a pitcher, but that doesn't work out.
You're not the only one who used to do that, mate. Now, you've also brought along a teammate with you. I might just get you to hand the microphone over
definitely
to Ryan Rhodes. Ryan, good to see you along, mate. Welcome along.
No, thank you very much for having us here.
How have you been enjoying the tournament after day 1?
Yeah, no, it's a great experience. It's the first tournament away with the Albion Anteaters, so just really enjoying the team culture and playing games and whatnot. So,
there we see a pass ball. Timu jumps on that one really fast. They do take the out at 3, so no score. It is a 2-1 currently. Papanui leading Porirua City United as we head to the bottom of the 3rd innings. We'll just stay with Ryan and won't go to a break this time. But we'll put you in the seat as well. How do you see this game going, Ryan?
Yeah, no, it's going to be quite a tight game, I feel. I'd like to see Pap get up here. But, yeah, it's going to be extremely tight as this game's been going, bottom 3. So, yeah.
Marshall Cronk, has he been playing in your guys' competition all year?
Yep. Always come across the last half of the year.
Yeah.
He's been going great. Haven't versed him personally myself, but, great pitcher and looking forward to see what he can do in this game here.
Yeah, he's a quality player, obviously a member of the Australian World Championship lineup.
Yes.
It's good to see him over here, but quite a lot of international pitchers at this tournament representing a lot of the teams. Have you guys been impressed by them?
Yeah, so what we've seen so far is just great, and it's a great experience as well, not versing too many myself.
Yeah.
But, looking forward to seeing what we can do. Against
Yeah, it just gives you a bit of variety, you know, to see.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys have come through age grades in their countries, Canada, Czech Republic. Well, I think we've even got Denmark represented out there as well as Australia. So quite a few around.
As clubs, but it's international as well.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you fellas are we're into the second day of competition. Did you guys play this morning?
Yeah, we did. We versed, who do we have? Waitakere Bears. We went down 7-0 to them, unfortunately, but yeah, just had a couple good innings, but just wasn't enough, really.
Excellent. All right, what about yourself, Ryan? Tell us a little bit about your softball career. Where do you play and where did you come from?
Oh, so I started when I T-ball at 6 years old and whatnot,
Yeah.
and used to play for Papanui. Came across to Albion, but I'm a outfielder currently.
Oh, yep.
Used to be a catcher, but I thought I'd give it up for the young fellas as well to come through. So, no, outfield's where I kind of live.
Didn't try and be a pitcher like Corey?
No, absolutely not. I'm a terrorist pitcher, I've been told.
Oh, that's a shame, though. The game needs as many pitchers as we can get.
Oh, no, I'll leave that for the better ones. God.
All right, gentlemen,
No.
well, we'll let you go with that one. So awesome to see you guys along, and so very awesome to see so many teams from Christchurch up. You've got every one of your Premier 1 teams here.
Absolutely.
And that's fantastic to see. So good luck for the rest of the tournament.
No, thank
you
you
very much, gentlemen. Good
Cheers.
to see you.
Good to see you. Cheers.
Thanks. Thanks, Ron. All right, the 2 young men from Albion, good to see them and enjoying the tournament despite the results not going their way. And Hutt Valley have done such a marvellous job once again in this tournament. Joining me is the late Robbie Easthope, very busy man, one of the very busy men at this tournament. He does all the setups and things like that, etc. So welcome along, Robbie.
Kia ora. Sorry about that, but yeah, been a busy morning. But there's a deep hit there. Wow, that is looking, and
Towering
it's
hit.
gone.
Towering hit this time from Tueta Bishop. That's going to score 2 runs. And that just seemed to like one of those moonshots, Robbie. It just went up and seemed to last to hang up there forever. You'll see this on the replay. There it is. He got everything on it.
He got all of it. Yeah, really swung through the rhythm of that pitch. Yeah, and it was enough to get over there for an automatic home run. So Tuera Bishop, they're really sparking things off here for Porirua City United, and that's all down to my good luck being in here at the play, coming into the
I
commentary.
thought it might have been
just
the
in time.
combination of you and
Yeah.
Damien arriving here in the booth, resplendent in the Totra Park's brand new uniforms,
Oh, he
which
looks
apparently
flash.
I was
He looks very...
remiss to
Yeah.
mention yesterday.
First time he
in last
actually
night's
looks
game.
like a baller, eh? Not a commentator.
Yeah, true. Every bit the baller. There we go. Porirua helped themselves to 2 runs there and advanced the score now. The scoreboard keeps changing on me. It should now read 3-1 or 3-2. I'm not 100% sure. We might just check with the scorers when we get an opportunity in a minute. Yeah, that's not it, no. But I'm sure we'll catch up with that one. We know Porirua have got 3. They got 1 before, and they've just scored 2 more, courtesy of that towering home run from Tueta Bishop. Wayne Lalu up to bat now. And he swings hard at that inside pitch from Marshall Cronk. Marshall Cronk, Robbie, comes over from Australia, a member of the Australian Steelers. Very much a high-quality bowler out there.
Yeah, and it's great to see you.
There we go. Is this going to be back-to-back?
No.
It has gone to the fence, though. Wayne gets around to 2. So Porirua lighting up now with the bat.
And against Marshall Cronk, it looks like they're really determined here to show that they can take on a world-class pitcher like Marshall Cronk. Obviously from Australia, does a lot there, but this is his second season there pitching for Papanui, and yes, this will be a great game. I can just see it. The vibes are great. Porirua City United 3 and Papanui 1.
So there we go. Corey Timu up to bat now, and they're hurt for Papanui. Doesn't go away because Corey Timu every bit as capable as Bishop and Lalu of throwing the ball over the fence.
Yeah, that's right. They've got a good batting lineup, this Porirua City United side, and they obviously are looking a lot more motivated than what they were yesterday, obviously with a bit of purpose within their stride here at the moment.
Yeah, Porirua came through yesterday with a win and a loss. A win over the Albion team, the two gentlemen that we were just talking to, and a loss to Waitakere Bears. Papanui came to us with 2 wins yesterday, so they're very much into that winning habit this early in the tournament. It looks like we may even get a little bit of moisture out there if it's not raining already.
Yep.
We hope it doesn't, and we hope if it does come, it doesn't stay for long.
So Marshall Cronk here, just trying to regather himself here after those 2 big hits there. He'll be looking to just not go too much in the middle now, because I'm sure Corey Timu is just waiting to punish that pitch.
Which he's done. He's hit one high out to right field. Getting under it out there is Jackson Watt. That'll move Lalu across to 3. And that's a bit of an intimidating sight for a catcher to see Wayne Lalu standing out there at third base.
It sure is. And so Porirua City United, the last 3 batters have really gotten on to Marshall Cronk, what we call hard hitting there, deep fly ball, and if not, safe hits. So, yeah, looking good. And there's big Wayne Laulu there. Isn't he a figure, a man mountain within their game?
He sure is.
Not just
As I
within his
mentioned
shape,
before,
but within his character.
As I mentioned before, one of the most feared hitters in world softball.
Sure is.
And we've got Ricky Manson up to bat right now for Porirua. He'll be looking to do anything he can to get the bat on ball to score that runner. We do have some steady stream of moisture coming out of the clouds now. Robbie, this is unusual. You said it to us yesterday that the weather in the Hutt Valley was always beautiful and fine and calm and sunny.
Oh, look, we needed to keep the grass green, mate, for a little bit, so long as it's not too much more. But,
Ricky Mann advances to first on the hit pitch. That puts the batters, the runners on the corners now for Porirua. Aaron Nemi are up to bat
Where'd the other one go?
for Porirua.
Marshall, where'd the other one go? Over there, thank you.
The runners on 1 and 3 here, and 1 out. You know, currently Porirua City United, good start here, bottom of the 3rd innings, and 3 runs to 1 over the fancy Papanui. Good game.
Yeah, it wasn't that many years ago that Papanui featured in one of the grand finals here at Fraser Park. Possibly the last time we had Clump National here, it was Papanui and Ramblers in the grand final, I do believe.
Yeah, and you know, they seem to be on the top of their game over the last couple of 2 or 3 years down in Canterbury, you know, so the top team there.
Well, Albion, the boys from Albion we just had in the booth informed me as we see the pick out going out. Oh,
Oh, well, that's a bit unfortunate.
It was.
Ricky Manson there got a good jump and got through and got safe, but unfortunately in his momentum went past the base and they tagged him and he was out.
2 down now for Porirua, and I think Ricky Manson may have been just a victim of that light little bit of moisture on the top of the ground out there. He probably slid about half a metre more than he thought he was going to as he passed second base and got tagged out on the other side of second base.
Yeah. Good to see, though, Papanui, even though for the runner on 3, they're aggressive within their defence. You know, they're going to take that runner if he tries to steal, and he did. And then Wayne just was still left on 3 because good play from Papanui defensive-wise, not to give them free bases.
Yeah, no, you don't want sort of guys knowing that the second base is open for them. Nathan Watt, the catcher for Canterbury, has good arm. He's caught for the Black Sox. So definitely an experienced man in that situation. 2 strikes on it's Anemia up to bat at the moment. Pitch comes in from Marshall Cronk. Big smile on his face, but I'm not sure he's enjoying the conditions out there right now.
No, well, they'll be a little bit different to Australia, but I'm sure that he'll get used to it and good old-fashioned Kiwi weather.
It is a nice, warm, hot, balmy, about 14 degrees. There we see Ricky Mann hits one out to left field. He rounds first base, but it's Wayne Laulu that comes in to score for Porirua City United. Now lead the ball game by 4 runs to 1 over Papanui. We're in the bottom of the 3rd innings here now, Robbie, and that is a pretty handy lead.
Well, I thought Anemia there was very patient in his approach to the box there, and Marshall Cronk, made him pitch a fair few pitches. Marshall came in there with that sort of just was meant to be an inside town pitch, but it left it over the plate, and he was very patient, just stroking it away, scoring a run. So Anemia doing a nice job there for the Porirua City United side and scores. You know, that's disciplined batting.
Disciplined batting. He really did pick his moment there, and he hit it through the 5-6 hole. Exactly where he needed to go to ensure the runner got home from 3, but also to make sure that runner was safe at 1. Up to bat for Porirua now will be Gavin Peaty. And Porirua looking very good in this one at the moment. Of course, let's not deny the fact that Papanui also go deep in their batting order and are fully capable of coming back in this one.
Yeah, I suspect this is not the end of it here. Papanui, like you say, Gary, he got a good, strong offensive batting lineup.
Petey got the first at his last at-bat, courtesy of being hit in the hand. But Porirua have made the change with the runner out there at first base, Landon Lane.
Swing. Yep.
And there we go. Cronk sits down Petey for the 3rd out. So anyway, that'll end the innings for Porirua, who helped themselves to 3 runs in it. They lead the ball game over Papanui by 4 runs to 1. We'll find out what will happen in this ball game when we come back in just a minute.
Rusty Bumgardner has done it all. But this year, Rusty reaches a whole new level of softball success. He's going to Beijing.
Rusty. Rusty. Rusty, have you seen my glove?
As the equipment manager. Good luck, Rusty.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now into the top of the 4th innings with Porirua leading this one. So we see a lead-off hit by number 7, Marshall Cronk, for Papanui. Gets himself safe out there. Porirua leading the ball game 4-1 over Papanui, and joining me in the booth is a very special guest. You probably all know him as one of our fellow broadcasters, but at this tournament he's very much a player / coach / whatever you care to name him. Damien Collins, it's so good to see you along, mate. And how's things?
Good to be here, Gaz. Yeah, always good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, you too, brother. You too. First club nationals for you?
Yeah, I'm a 41-year-old rookie, mate. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, no, we've got a wide range of players from 15 years old right up to 41. So they're outer statesmen, but yeah, no, it's stoked. We've been to a few now, obviously in the commentary booth. So no, good to be out there in the colours for sure.
Now, we had a couple of stats pointed out to us yesterday. regarding the Tocha Park Club.
Yes.
The last time you guys won this tournament.
1986, yeah.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah,
The last time you guys
mate.
participated in this tournament.
Oh, we reckon 90s, Gaz?
1990.
1990. Wow. So what's that? 34 years or something, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and in the competition this year, you guys feature in the Premier 2 competition?
We play in the Premier Reserve. So
Premier Reserve,
that's on a Thursday night we play in the Premier Men for Hutt Valley. And on Saturdays we play in the Intercity Premier Reserve. So how we qualified for this was we play P1s on a Thursday. We play against Hutt Valley Maris, Hutt City United and Hutt Valley Dodgers. And so the wording in the old manual, mate, which I've read about 50 times, is playing in the highest grade in your association. So it being here, we thought we'd put our hand up and give it a go. Last time it was here, we had a couple players loaned out to other teams, and unfortunately they signed transfers the season after. So we saw an opportunity, mate, and here we are. And, we're giving it our all. We probably seeded 20 out of 20, but...
Don't be hard on yourselves, mate. You put in an excellent effort there last night in that game against Marist.
Yeah, we always love playing Hutt Valley Marist. Got a lot of mates over that side of the hill. Always a good battle. We've probably drawn 3 apiece now this season, I think, in playing each other. But of course, last night the 2-1. A lot of good positives to take away from it for sure.
Yeah, definitely a team of battlers. I noticed, Damien, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing to see you guys in the tournament stepping up. And I was also commenting to the Albion boys, how good is it to see every single Premier team from Canterbury up here?
Yeah, it's we had Richmond this morning. It's there's a good few of them, isn't it? And Canterbury just going from strength to strength, isn't it? And what they do. Oh, you don't want to be running into Wayne Laulu, that's for sure. But Corey knew how to just fall back, so he's done that before.
I think you got a tap on the top of the head there from Wayne's glove.
Oh dear. Right.
Anyway, mate,
looks like a bear, runs like a deer.
What about your journey in softball, mate? Give us a bit of an insight to where you've come from to where you are now.
Wow. Okay, mate, bat boy at Ramblers back in many moons ago, and then we moved down here to Wellington when I was about 10 years old, 92, and my first club here was actually Tocha Park. So. Had a couple of years there playing juniors. We are actually the biggest junior club in the region, and but there was no progression. There was no senior pathway kind of thing. So I came down to Dodgers, then had a spell at Marist, and then picked rugby, and then many years later, commentary got me back into it. I was a ground announcer at the PK Classic when I was at radio school, and then I met a guy called Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. And,
we all meet Jason too.
And been inseparable ever since. But it was a couple of years in the commentary booth that made me want to play social softball again, and then a couple of years of that, still had the itch and the competitiveness, and then went out to P2s and just rebuilding the club, or not rebuilding because we've always had a solid foundation, but just trying to give that pathway for the kids to stay there instead of feeding Fraser Park. So like I did many years ago, going down to get my senior ball down here at Fraser Park with Dodgers and Maris, I'm hoping that pathway now is with so many great kids coming through. We've got Tyrone Robertson through a game yesterday, and now he's going to go and pitch for the under-15s on Saturday as well, because he's only just turned 15, but he's in the D-Sox and one of the best under-15 pitchers in the country. So as long as we can keep them, mate, keep the culture going, and that's what I want. Have a place where they want to stay. And hopefully everything will fall into place.
Well, I know you wear a lot of hats in Hutt Valley softball, mate. Yeah. And so tell us a bit about that journey, because you do a bit of everything over here, don't you?
Oh, what don't I do, Gaz? I'm community development manager for Hutt Valley softball. I managed the under-17s at the tournament there, and and then I coached TP, broadcaster with broadcasting, and podcaster with Beyond the Dugout. So I just love the game, mate. And if there's anything I can do, I mean, obviously I've got a little bit of time on my hands before my first son's born, but any spare time, and it's just all the energy and the passion I have for the game. Me, I just want to help it out as much as I possibly can.
Well, start reading up on the rules of T-ball now, because you'll be coaching your own boys. It'll go so fast you won't even believe it.
Yeah, well, actually, another one of the boys, their baby's due a couple weeks after ours. So
that'll be interesting. Won't it?
Hopefully we can
5 years time.
Couple years time, we'll start them together. So no.
Well, look, mate, it's been absolutely have you along in another capacity as a booth guest representing your team. Good luck for the rest of the tournament with you guys. I'm always going to be keenly interested to see how you guys go. Well done. Awesome, mate. Thanks very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Love your work, bro.
You too, brother. Thank you very much. We'll get quickly back into the game here now. It's Porirua out there.
I can stay for the colour if you want.
You can stay for the colour if you want. I mean, Robbie might have something to say about that.
Cheers, peoples.
But it's Porirua who are out there in the top of the fourth innings. We've got one out. It is Papanui with runners out there at 1 and 2 at the moment. And these two teams are very, very high on attack, aren't they? I think we're not seeing the score that's going to need to be scored to win this ball game yet.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Gary. I think there's a lot to go here, like we've said before. Runners on 1 and 2 in the batter's box. Dave Rogers on the mound. He'll be looking to contain. He's done a good job so far, really, because Papanui got just as good a hitters as Porirua, really, and so he's done well.
Yes, they have. They almost go 1 for 1 for hitting. That's for sure. Up to bat for Papanui right now is number 11, Mitchell Finney.
Okay, count here is 3-2, so it'll be interesting to see where this pitch is. Loaded full house here. Runners on 1 and 2, 1 out. It's a good hitting pitch here.
It is. He's only going to be in one place. He hits one straight back to the pitcher, turns and does what he needs to do, takes the out of 1. That was a close run, bang, bang play right there.
Yeah, Dave Rogers there. That ball got hit back to him, and, he would have been tempted to go straight to 2, maybe get the fourth, but he played safe, and he got the out, got what he needed, but Papanui advances their runners from 2 to 3.
Well, it's what Papanui needed to do, isn't it? I mean, and also it's what Porirua needed. The minimum they needed out of that play was an out.
Yeah, so you're right. Both teams get a gain there, and now we've got 2 outs here. And the batter up here, runners on 2 and 3. Here we go.
Well, that drizzle doesn't seem to be having too much of an effect on this ball game as both teams continue their all-out attack. David Rogers out there gets the strike on the outside of the plate. Corey Timu communicating with his pitcher. And that relationship, pitcher and catcher, that's an important one, isn't there? To make sure the two are on the pitcher's only ever doing what the catcher asks him to do out there, isn't he?
Yeah, and Corey Timu's a very experienced player, smart man, smart catcher. He'll know to try and just get the best out of Dave Rogers here. And a very important part of their combination. And you can see the variation of pitches that Dave's having at the moment, trying to stay away from the hot zone of the hitting zone here.
Yeah, well, Nathan Watt, he's definitely capable of hitting this ball to any part of the field he cares to name. David Rogers is going to have to be right on it, but again, it's that management of the pitcher, of the catcher, what he knows about the batter, his strengths and weaknesses, which at this level of softball, most catchers should have done some homework along those lines, shouldn't they?
Should have, and the last 3 pitches have been outside of the corner, trying to clip a corner on the outside, so they obviously don't want to either go inside to this batter, but they're really staying on the outside at the moment, so be interesting with a 1-2 count, where this one will be going. Will they stay on the outside or come in right down on the inside zone here?
We'll find out as Davey Rogers rears back for the pitch. It's high on that outside, just as you said, Robbie.
Yeah. So they definitely have a plan here just to stay on the outside of the batter, not really wanting to give him too much to free his hands. But, obviously, Dave Rogers is doing a great job of doing what Corey's asking of him, being very accurate. And at the same time, the batter is doing very well just to foul it off and stay in the batter's box. A nice little battle here developing.
It is a good little battle. David Rogers ready to go again. Runners at 2 and 3 for Papanui. It's all set up for them here now. There's 2 down, and here goes the pitch. Yeah, just off that outside edge. That was always really going to be a waste pitch, that one, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And you got a good count here, two balls, 2 strikes, and again, that pitch was outside the zone. So very much some tactical pitching here with regards to the strengths of the batter. Nathan Watt.
The Porirua infield all out there looking with their game faces on, but again, she's all on Papanui to make sure they do something with this pitch. Comes through the middle of the zone. It's fielded out there by Gene Lutton. He throws it across the diamond, and it's Porirua who win the battle on this occasion. They defuse the situation. They head back to the dugout. The score remains 4 runs to 1. Porirua City over Papanui. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute.
Rusty Bumgardner has done it all. But this year, Rusty reaches a whole new level of softball success. He's going to Beijing.
Rusty. Rusty. Rusty, have you seen my glove?
As the equipment manager. Good luck, Rusty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've just had a very exciting innings. Papanui not able to impact the lead that Porirua enjoy over them. Marshall Cronk goes to work out there. This time it's against number 9 hitter and number 7, Ollie Smith. That'll bring to, in the on-deck circle, number 5, Damon Creasy. Porirua are definitely looking dangerous through that 2, 3, 4, 5 area with their bats.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty,
pretty stacked lineup, isn't it?
Yeah. They've been around a while. All have national honour ambitions, well, except maybe Gene Lutton, who's an experienced campaigner. And we can go from there. But, young Ollie Smith there, coming in there. I like the look of that boy. I saw him at the under-19s, and I thought he did very well. So a good name to look for the future. And obviously Porirua City United have decided they're going to blood him here, and that's good to see.
You throw a guy like that in the mix with, the guys like Gene and Ricky Mann and Wayne Laulu, all of them who, I won't mention their ages, but have seen the back of 30 many years ago. There we see a towering shot out there to right field. It's Jackson Watt that gets underneath it and takes it comfortably, and Damon Creasy getting some good contact on the ball. It's probably just a matter of time before he hits one really hard.
Yeah, he's a good lead-off batter in my view. He really... it's disciplined where it is, but if it is in the zone, he'll always get back to ball on it. And that one just missed and he got underneath it a bit. But no, he's one to watch out for.
Things just settled down and now, and we've got Gene Lutton into bat for Porirua City United.
Yes, Gene, well, he's... age is irrelevant, bit similar to the lot, but he's been around a long time. But he looks in good shape for a man of his age,
Oh, we'd all wish we'd kept ourselves in that sort of shape. Gene always comes into any game of softball he plays fit and ready to go. He absolutely loves it, but very much a part-timer these days as his day job now as a firefighter doesn't allow him to play full-time.
Yes, and it's interesting that in his occupation and that the player he's replacing, Zach Boyd, unfortunately is up in Rotorua qualifying to be a firefighter, so that there, and Gene's had to step in from his coaching role and into the playing
Well, there you go,
spot,
you've got Gene setting the example on and off the field.
Yeah, so I'm sure Zach will want to, maybe he's available in the weekend and he'll play a part in that, but, look, I think Gene's done a great job so far, holding the reins in there, and Porirua there have got a very good team, and they've backed him all the way there to come back in and play competitively.
Well, I think it just speaks to the depth of their squad that they can bring Gene and leave a guy out like Zach Boyd, who is becoming more and more of an important part of the current Black Sox lineup. And it's not so much leaving him out. He's obviously away doing other things at the moment. But he's listed on the team sheet, so he's going to be here at the tournament at some stage during the weekend.
I would suspect it's in the weekend or maybe on tomorrow. And, look, this is the good thing about it. You've got to earn a living, and but it's great that they stay in the sport, and that's what we want.
The sport. We're a grassroots sport. It's not one of those sports where we have the luxury of being able to, play it full time and earn a living in it. It's absolutely the other way around. We still all do our day jobs to support our weekend hobbies.
So Gene Lutton here in a 3-2 count. So there you go. If you're looking at your times at bat and that, getting to a 3-2 count, you've done a good job.
Yeah.
You're not quite there yet. You've got 1 foot in the door. You're getting that. You're putting the pressure on the batter, and now can he come into the zone? You're a bit more relaxed in there, and then anything close, you got to go with it. But a good at bat from Gene, and there you see.
One thing about Gene, wherever I've seen him play, and at whatever level I've seen him play, he's never been an easy out.
No, and he's doing a hell of a job here at the moment at the at-bat, with the counts the way it is, and full house, and he's saying, you've got to beat me here. I'm not going to let anything go close, and I'm going to swing if it's close enough. And
this time it's Gene that keeps himself in the battle.
I'm sure Marshall Cronk on the mound for Papanui will be starting to get, well, this guy just go away. He's making me throw more pitches than what I really need to. And, good little mini battle here between these two. And I suppose who will get the one-off glory will be decided in the next couple of pitches.
Well, it's 3-0. Well, it's not 3-0, it's 3-2. So you do have a full count there. Porirua leading the ball game 4-1. It's 2 out. So Gene's only got one destination in mind, and that's first base.
He sure has, and he'd be wanting to carry that on, and and look, he's got that 3-2 count. He's just looking there. Anything close, I'm getting bat onto ball.
Because he knows if he can get himself out onto that base, Robbie, as we see Cronk throw the pitch in, and that's a lovely rising ball on the inside, and that really has been a money ball for him. But Gene Lutton, after a good battle, heads back to the dugout as the third out. Here in the bottom of the 4th innings. We'll head to the 5th innings now. We're getting through them quite quickly now, and we'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute.
Your world, your colour, your choice with Racine.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at 2024 National Open Club Championships, Hutt Valley, the home of softball. We're on Sorensen Field, Diamond 1 action. Porirua City United taking on Papanui, and at the moment doing a very good job of it. They're leading now 4 runs to 1 over the highly touted Papanui team, who are absolutely stacked with international talent. Robbie, and this is an intriguing game we've got in front of us.
Yes, it is, and so far the points are all going to Porirua City United. And just on that last bat where we were talking about Gene Lutton having a nice battle with Marshall Cronk, getting the 3-2 count, that last pitch of Marshall Cronk's was superb, rising up through the zone, tempting Gene to go at it, Joe.
Well, you mentioned it. You mentioned it yourself, Robbie, that it was going to take a pitch out of the top drawer to get Gene out of that one, and the line he pitched that one in really gave the batter no option. It was on the inside. It was a rising pitch. It was right on the hands, and of course Gene had to pull the trigger.
I'm really surprised that Papanui haven't quite got on to Dave Rogers, but that's a credit to Dave Rogers and Corey Timu, where they're going as a combination. He's really done well on the mound today, so far on this one.
Done an absolutely fantastic job out there. They've got a couple of pitchers in the squad. Porirua, you've got Sam Marley and Luca Mollison sitting on the bench for them. If needed, Sam Marley's an accomplished pitcher. Doesn't do as much of it these days anymore as he did when he was really focusing on it. And there's a talk about lines on the inside. That was a fantastic line on the inside by David Rogers.
Yeah, Josh Dickin will be a bit disappointed in his at-bat there. As we say, when you're on the 2-strike count, if it's really close enough, it's too close to leave, and that one was. But once again, another point there for... he'll be gaining in his confidence. Number 99 there, Dave Rogers.
Caleb Stewart up to bat now for Papanui in this one, as we see David Rogers rear back to throw another pitch. That one this time's high on the outside. Definite tactic by Corey Timu to keep that ball on the outside edge of the plate.
Yeah, he's going on mainly outside, rise ball there, and we all know if you've got a good rise ball and you can tempt them, that's going to be hard to. You've got to be more disciplined in there and maybe stay off that rise ball.
Well, we've mentioned David Rogers. He is definitely a pitcher who, when he's fit, is capable of tying teams up. He's got good velocity, he's got good movement, and on his day, he can win some games for Porirua.
And look at that big bear mountain known as Wayne Lauru. God, look at him. He wouldn't be the prettiest player around, would he?
Yeah, he's going to watch this, Robbie. He probably knows where you live. He'll come and visit.
That's why I'm saying it, so we can look, Wayne, what a character of our game.
Oh, look, I've always thought of Wayne, obviously, first and foremost, as a fierce competitor and a world-class and world-feared softballer. But also just the ultimate team man. He is absolutely the ultimate team man. And whichever team he's played for, and the years that I saw him play for Miramar, for example, just in there, just absolutely into it at every opportunity. He's the sort of guy you want beside you when you go to battle.
Let's not talk about him too much. We don't really want him to dominate the game, eh?
Yeah. I bet you Porirua will probably disagree with you there, mate.
Just kidding out there. He's a great man. Great man. Yeah, well, I think they got Caleb Stewart there, got onto one, so he was able to get a walk.
Yeah, nice job by Caleb Stewart to pick the walk. That brings to bat number 77, Josh Lubowiski. Very accomplished young man in Canterbury softball.
Yes, he is, and good hitter, good lead-off batter for them. He'll be looking to try and keep that momentum going. They need more than just one run, so they'll be just looking to get on base.
Yeah.
And but then again, if it's there to be hit, make sure they're going at good pitches.
You talk about matching up as far as the hitting depth and lineups go. You look at Lubowiski as a lead-off hitter, very much in the similar mould to Damon Creasy.
Yeah, that's right. And, like that ball there, you would have said, that's the one I want to go with. But when you're a lead-off batter there, you can afford to be very choosy and get into that count. Yep. In other words, you're good enough to stay in the batter's box with that pitcher. So they give them more leeway to take more pitches, and as opposed to other batters.
Similarly, with you talk about matchups once again. If you're matching player for player, Jackson Watt Wayne Lowe.
Yeah,
both,
exactly.
Both punishing big men
So
who
they're
can
designed
really
to,
hammer the ball.
really get there and hammer the ball if it's there close enough and all that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't fear being struck out
No.
because that's their job to really
Swing
go
hard.
at pitches, you
Yeah.
know.
Interesting work, though. We've got Papanui out there with one down. A runner safe at one. Josh Lubowiski up to bat, the top of their order. So now we're seeing Davey Rogers all of a sudden finding it hard to find the zone. He's now walked 2 batters in a row, and that does make life difficult for your team, doesn't it?
Yeah, so the tactical now of a lead-off batter, just looking to, you've got to be good enough to get in there. Disciplined batting, then he's a good lead-off batter. If we look at the previous batter, number 9, similar traits to a lead-off batter. You know, like, just get on for us, on for us. We've got a number 2 batter here. What are they looking at? Either they've got power, which they have, and Jackson Watts, you know, as opposed to, you know, the old school days of a number 2 batter, you bunt him around or you move him around. You know, obviously Papanui, this is a change in style with some of these teams. No, our number 2 batter is going to be a pure hitter, you know, and we're going with that.
Jackson Watt, very much a pure hitter of the ball, but probably definitely capable of doing, if the coach asks him to bunt, he's probably capable of doing it.
Yeah. And then we're just looking at a change, huh? Wow.
Number 99 is out.
Looks like Porirua are going to be bringing in number 20, Sam Marley, in change for number 99, David Rogers. Probably not too bad a time for David Rogers, just having a hard time hitting the zone.
Well, I think he's done well up till now, and then, but you know, the old tactical nous there. You know, we're getting into the part of the game where you're either at your second or third time.
Yep.
So the batters will probably be more comfortable. We don't want them to be comfortable. You want them from the opposition wise. We better make a change. You know, and obviously the last 2 batters he's walked. He's done his job, I believe. They're in when he's left. They're 4-1 ahead. And now it's up to Sam Marley to take them home. So, still fancy Porirua, but look at this lineup for here for Papanui.
Absolutely. You think about the next 1, 2, 3, even 4 batters for Papanui. Jackson Watt, Marshall Cronk, Tyron Barterillo and Callum Bishop. It's the equal of any team here at the tournament in terms of depth and lineup.
So at the top of the 5th, this is a big innings here for Papanui. They'll really want to cash in here, 1 out. Do they really want to get here? Jackson Watt.
Sam Marley is a bit of an interesting one. He's backed away from pitching in the last couple of years. Still does it in this situation. He'll be used to come in. And if Porirua need, he will start a game. But certainly not to the levels he was enjoyed several years ago, where he came through representative softball as a pitcher. And culminated in that excellent series that he had for New Zealand B up at North Harbour, and pitched very well for them in that series. So he's definitely capable of matching up to batters of this level.
He sure is, and this is the type of situation where he relishes that type of pressure. Now, Jackson Watt, hits it hard.
He's hit ones hard through the hole out there at shortstop and second base. And that is going to get Papanui going in this one. That's a nice job. Just as we said, Jackson Watt, he needed to get up there and hit the ball hard. That's exactly what he did.
Yes, Jackson Watt doing a job there. He's back at number 2 there for them. And as I say, power hitter. Did his job there, just disciplined enough in the swing to get through, lean on the pitch and get it through. That allows 1 run to score, was it?
1 run scores, yes. Yep. And you've got Lubowiski, is it, out there at third base?
Designated runner, is it?
Designated runner, yeah. Josh Gladding.
And here's Marshall Cronk, the Australian, who's obviously very handy with the bat as well. Doing the pitching, he does it all.
I first came across Marshall Cronk before the last World Series in Palmerston North at that Pacific Series there, and had the pleasure of commentating the Black Sock Australia game. And my word, he's definitely right out of the top drawer, and Aussies seem to find these guys and put them out into the international arena, and that's why they are the current world champions.
Yeah, they're definitely the hotbed of the pitching staff at the moment. Marshall Cronk, young Jack Bisgrove there, and and then we've had Adam Folkart is still there, and we've only just had the retirement of Kilpatrick.
Yeah.
But good to see them in playing in New Zealand here.
And this one's been launched deep. It's going very deep. It lands right beside our centre field camera over the fence, and Marshall Cronk helps him to a home run straight over the centre field fence, and that is going to take Papanui into the lead in the ball game by 5 runs to 4. What a hit by Marshall Cronk.
Well, he bats at number 3, and we just seen why he bats at number 3. He really gets all of that pitch, and that innings just felt like Papanui manufactured it, getting on base. They were more than 1 run behind.
Yeah.
They were 2 to 3 runs behind, but they manufactured, got 2 on, got to the meat of their order, and gained the reward from it with an automatic home run deep into centre field, hitting our scaffold where our camera is. I'm sure Chopper would have been worried about the damage, but it missed it, unfortunately for Chopper there, and Ballpark Broadcasting.
Yep.
The camera is safe and well.
Well, there we go. Papanui now have launched an assault of their own. Right out of the top drawer it is too, because they've just been very professional about the way they've gone about their business in this innings. And it is now up to Sam Marley to get Porirua in and out of this one pretty fast.
Yep, and they'll be... It won't be the end of. They won't be too far. Yes, of course they'll be disappointed for that, and I'm sure Sam Marley will be disappointed on that. But quietly they'll be saying, "Let's just wait till we get in the batter's box. We've got something to show them as well." So,
yeah, that's right. I mean, the two hitting lineups do compare. That's for sure. It's just a matter of with Papanui right in the meat of their order right now. Tyrone Bartarello, with all his years of experience, comes in as the clean-up spot for Papanui. That is absolutely amazing to have him still batting at that level.
Yes, of course. Tyrone Bartarello is a veteran of the sport of softball, has the distinguished honour of representing Australia, and when he played, they won a World Series.
Yep.
He then came over and pledged his allegiance to New Zealand, and he's won a World Series with them, so he's been around.
Yeah, he's a winner of multiple World Series.
Been around the game a long time, and he's
hit that one hard out to right field, and that's going to get Papanui going in this one. And the dangerous area, or the very dangerous area, I should say, because every single Papanui batter is dangerous, is definitely doing the production for them now.
Yeah, they're in a really good space at the moment. Really good rhythm here offensively from the Papanui side. They've really started to roll. We're down 4-2 with that automatic home run from Marshall Cronk. Went up to now 5-4. Still only 1 out. Bartarello then comes in and just carries the momentum on. So
Porirua making a change on the hill once again, and probably... Marley didn't really get an opportunity to settle, which, pitchers like to do. They bring in number 55, Luca Mollison, who has been a good pitcher for Wellington through age-grade softball. I'm yet to see much of him at this level, but certainly he's a capable young pitcher.
He sure is, young Luca Mollison, and he'll be relishing to get his chance here in a very clutch game and very tight, tense at the moment, and great for him to come in. But, a challenging time for him.
Challenging time for him, challenging time for Porirua. They need 2 outs still. Let's not forget that as well. There's only 1 down. And it is Papanui now with... we're holding all the cards at the moment. We're in the 5th inning, so we are getting towards the later end of the match. And it's going to be up to Porirua to keep this deficit close.
Yes, and... they'll need to, with 1 down here, they just want to maybe try and turn a double. Would be good here as their options, but I'm sure just the stoppage in play, just the momentum, that Papanui had. They'll need to just get back into that.
I think Robbie, the change, as we see Mollison getting ready to go here, I think the change was forced on them to bring Marley in after David Rogers walked the two batters, but possibly tactically, they might have factored in a change of pitcher at about the fifth inning anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point, and maybe that was the case. But I definitely think, obviously...
Oh, and there's a nice catch out there at right field. Well done, Ollie Smith, who makes an awful lot of ground to take that one right above his eyes. And he did all the hard work to get under that and executed it very well. Once again, Robbie, one of those plays that is made to look easy, but is actually quite difficult.
Yes, and especially in these conditions, and I would say that Ollie Smith did a lot. That catch was a lot harder than what we looked at here on the screen. You had weather conditions there. He was in a deep position as opposed there. So he made a lot of ground, young Ollie Smith, and made a hard catch.
You got a lot of assistance from his infield who were calling out to him to get under it.
Yeah.
So the communication was there as well. Everything he needed to enable him to effect that catch. Same job here as we see one popped up. It's shortstop Gene Lutton who's going back, gets under it, and straight out of the textbook there, Robbie, he uses two hands to take the catch.
The veteran Gene Lutton there making that at times could be difficult, doing the basics right, staying with it, and like you say, two hands on that, and takes you out to retire the Papanui Tigers.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we head into the bottom of the fifth innings. It's Papanui who now lead the ball game by 5 runs to 4 over Porirua City United. We'll be back in 1 minute after we find out what happens.
Try a trade. Try welding, plumbing, carpentry. Try automated trade skills, material fabrication, electrical. Try painting, try tiling. Try a trade. Starting this month, a 7-week program in partnership with Welltech and Whitireia. Uncover your passion for a future career. Open to all ages. Register your interest today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this game has all of a sudden got a lot more interesting as we see Papanui launch an assault in that fifth innings to score 4 runs. They did to go ahead of Porirua City United in this one now by 5 runs to 4. It is Papanui enjoying a 1-run lead. Porirua's turn to come back in this one. Tawera Bishop up to bat for them. And Robbie, it's almost an arm wrestle now, isn't it?
Yep, and Porirua, they'll be really wanting Bo here to. He's potentially he can be a very he can even tie the game up in one swing. And a nice little battle here. I like this one.
Well, Robbie, you were a couple of innings late there, mate, but yeah, you probably missed Bo's already put one over the fence in this ball game. So there we go, mate. So you were absolutely right. He is capable of levelling this ball game up with one swing of the bat.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised because, man, he is some better. Marshall Conk will be buoyed by his innings there at the bat and then coming in and saying, now I've got to do it with the ball. He's a man of everything, but up against Bo Bishop. He's so far doing a nice job.
Yeah, he's staying away from the power zone that Bo has, which is wider than most batters in the country.
So Porirua City United, they're in the meat of their order, aren't they?
So
this is their chance to really, in a 3-2 count here.
Bishop, Lalu, and Timu up the next 3 batters up. He's hit one straight through the 5-6 hole. It's gone out to left field, and that is an excellent start for Porirua as they look to come back in this one over Papanui.
Yeah, Bo Bishop there, 3-2 count, doing what he does best. Yeah, it wasn't quite there for him to really launch into it. Adjusted his swing and just satisfied himself with a leaguer. Great lead-off job for Porirua City United.
That brings to bat Wayne Laulu. We've said enough about him today. We know what he can do. Tane Landon Lane has come in to do the running for Bo Bishop out at first base. One thing we're not seeing so much in this ball game is coaches being aggressive with stealing.
No, not on this one. And obviously it reflects the batting, how they fancy it. They don't want to leave their batters out there unless it's really near the end of the game, or and they desperately need that run. They'll, Wayne Laulu's in here now, none outs. He potentially can get them ahead with one swing.
Yeah.
So, not the type of batter you wouldn't want to waste that run there.
Well, it's Gene Lutton that's running the cutter for them out there, and very smart, very experienced. He knows he's going to give his batters every opportunity they can to swing the bat.
Oh, that pitch.
Right on the kneecaps.
Right on the kneecap. Wow. That pitch was exactly. If you're going to pitch something to Wayne Laulu and maybe it might make him think that would be the pitch.
Comes back with a pitch that's just a bit too high and out of the zone.
Yeah, and Wayne Laulu, of course, has spent the last 2 or 3 seasons with the New York Gremlins, who have been very dominant over in North America. Now going to the opposition, I hear, in the off-season for
He's going to hell, is he?
Bear Creek.
Bear Creek? Oh.
Bear Creek and the Canadian boys. So, and they also have, they're the New York Gremlins arch rivals. So, big things for Wayne. Dedicated softballer that he is, and
these guys, that play in North America and ply their summers, the endless summer, I suppose you'd call it for them.
Yeah.
But guys like Cronk and Wayne would see each other very often throughout a 12-month period, wouldn't they?
Yes, I think they would. Yeah,
and Tueta Bishop, who's also playing North America, and most of these guys do now, and that's an excellent pitch from Cronk once again.
Yeah.
He really has settled since this drizzle's come on. He might have had a couple of batters where he looked like he was a little bit out of sorts, but he's definitely settled down again.
And that Marshall Cronk strikes out the Wayne Laulu there, big out for them. 1 out with runner on one. So, a point gain there to Papanui and Marshall Cronk that they got highly rated Wayne Laulu, struck him out.
This time it's Corey Timu that's looking to go into work. Corey, another one, as we talked about, had a successful season this year in North America. Came away after doing a lot of batting over there. So very much another one in the country, back in the country in form.
Yes, he is, and we're looking to really maybe catch a pitch, potentially. He was also a very powerful hitter.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, it's what a lot, I suppose, more and more is going to need to happen to get our players up to the level they need to be now to internationally compete with some of the best teams in the world, is get more of our players overseas playing.
Yes, I agree, and I think that's why they're on the top of their game when they come back here. And they have that edge. They see a lot of pitching, and get the bat there, and life for them is all about softball, and that's fantastic.
As I said to the 2 Albion boys that we had in the booth, Corey and Ryan, I said, we've got a lot of international pitchers scattered throughout the teams this year. As we see, Cronk just pulled the strings on Corey Timu there, and that is an outstanding change-up.
Wow. Marshall Cronk has hit an automatic home run. He's come out, he's faced the brunt of their Porirua City United. Okay, Bo maybe got one on him, but he struck out there Wayne Laulu and Corey Timu. So that's he'll be really there, be on top of his game, and he'll be really on that mound with confidence. So he's going to be a hard man to beat here, and it's up to Porirua City United. They need to keep something spark here. Ricky Manson just needs to get on base, and we just need movement here.
And there you
he
go.
goes. He does that.
Ricky Mann hits one also down there, 5-6 holes. Been really peppered in this ball game by Porirua. But now Porirua give themselves an opportunity with the swing of the bat from Aranemia, who did have a safe hit at their last at-bat to get back on level pegging with Papanui in this one.
Yep, and so Ricky Manson just does a nice job there, getting himself on. And with 2 outs, I think, he could have hung around, and there he did. But he got on the right pitch and just drove it through the left side. Advances the runner, so with runners on 1 and 2 outs, we really see another good battle developing here.
Here we go. Cronk continues to go to work here. He's going to rear back and pitch now to Aranemia. Helped himself to a safe hit in his last at-bat as well. There's another guy who in previous years, Robbie, has been a very dangerous hitter. Possibly not quite to that level in the last few years, but definitely capable of getting the job done.
Oh, yes, Aranemia is definitely capable and has been playing for Porirua City United past 3 or 4 seasons there, previously with Miramar. Used to do apply his trade as a catcher, but in the strong lineup, he's playing third base for them and doing a very good, tidy job for them. He's very experienced. He can do the job here for Porirua City United. With 1 hit, he could tie it up.
Yep.
Potentially could give them 1 to 2 run lead.
Wow, 1 ball, 1 strike on him as Cronk rears back to go again. There's the pitch, and this time Nemia's hit a towering shot out to left field. It's going right down the throat of the fielder out there, and Cronk bees a big sigh of relief on that one as they get out without Porirua scoring in this one. And now it is Papanui still leading the ball game by 5-4 over Porirua. Well, we will take a break, and we will be back in just a minute to find out what happens.
I can't promise you that things will always go the way we want. But I can promise you one thing, that if we fight through the pain together, if we strive every day to make each other better, if we learn to communicate and never lose sight of that vision, then we will surprise people. So don't settle for being a good player. Don't settle for being a good team. Aspire to something great, know in your heart that this team is special.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The innings has just got underway. Luca Mollison out there now doing the pitching for PCU. Nathan Watt, it is, who's the batter. He's just gone out for the first out here in the innings, bringing to bat number 4, Josh Dixon. Luca Mollison will be an interesting experience for a pitcher of his relative inexperience to come in and see how he handles these Papanui batters.
Yeah, I think Luca Mollison, obviously now getting in there and pitching in this elite tournament that we have here with the best of the best. He'll be thriving on that, and big challenge for him.
Yeah, there's a nice line by Mollison. That's the sort of edges he's going to have to hit, because he's not going to scare these guys with his gas. So he's going to have to be very much onto it with his hitting of his spots.
Yes, good variation of pitches is what's needed here. and he's done two good pitches there with change of variation on that last one. Just gets the outside of the plate. So good accuracy so far from him.
Not 100% sure Josh Dixon agreed with that call, but umpire Richard Dodd's been very, very consistent. As we see the ball go to the centre field net, Josh Dixon's hit one all the way out there. He's come around and shown just what speed he is capable of. He's safe at third base.
Yeah, that was fantastic. If you look at that, he just leaned hit the pace of the ball taker and put it between the centre field and left fielder there for a nice 3-base hit. So, again, pressure coming on here from Papanui. They're getting stronger and stronger as the game goes.
Yeah, I'd say the pendulum has definitely swung in their favour on this game, and it is Papanui now who have brought in number 15, Callum Muir, as a pinch hitter, and this is just coach tactics coming in now to try and really start nailing the coffin lid, isn't it, really?
Yeah, well, Callum Muir has been a very experienced player, been around a while, so he's done his share of batting within the game, so this will be interesting here. That first pitch there, he just lets it go by.
Yeah, just to see the pace, to see the line, pick up the line. I'm sure that's followed by Corey Timu calling one on the inside of the plate. Fouled off by Callum Muir. Callum Muir is a very strong athlete. Definitely capable of hitting the ball hard. It's not what he needs in this situation with only one out. He just needs to get the ball out in front of him, and Josh Dixon will do the rest from third base. And that's exactly what's happened. He's controlled that hit. He's hit it off field out to right field, and that is a very professional at-bat. And very
great
professional.
At-bat there, great at-bat from him, and that pitch was going outside. There was a change of variation. He just leaned on it and knew he had to take it to right field, and that's all he did. You know, it wasn't going to be a power hit. It was going to be a nice scenic hit because the pitch was outside there in the outside zone, and that's where it should go, right field.
So we did mention the pendulum had swung, and it is very definitely now Papanui that are in control in this ball game. They now lead by 6-4 over Porirua City United. Up to bat number 77, Josh Lubowiski, who's done a great job for them as lead-off hitter in this outfit.
Yes, he has, and look, as he goes on there, this is another stage here where he'll be thinking, I'm really in a good groove here. I mean, I can do either one. I can bunt, I can hit. You know, I just need to stick around. Hits one up
and
the
he's
middle.
hit a Texas League straight up the middle. And this is just professional softball or professional hitting, and almost making it look easy.
It is, and young Mollison there, he'll be disappointed that with that pitch he just left it too much in the middle there, that they were able to just lean in and strike it out there for leaguers. But, you know, the temptation was always going to be, can I hit him hard? But no, the Papanui batters have been very disciplined and just checking up and doing with a Texas Leaguer type thing.
So we see the return on the mound of David Rogers, who in 5 innings of work did a very good job for Porirua. He left a few runners out there when they had to replace him, and that's kind of where the resurgence from Papanui came from. I do feel that had he been able to go even a half an innings further than what he did, that it certainly would have kept Porirua in better stead in this ball game.
Yes, yeah, I totally agree there. But I think, Dave Rogers can come back in. He might have had a nice rest here, got rejuvenated here, and can he get back into the form that the first 2 innings he was tying the Papanui batters down?
Well, Papanui with runners at 1 and 2, and Jackson Watt, we're right into that danger period as far as their innings is concerned for their lineup. And that's a nice line to start with, just a little bit far off the plate by, according to Richard Dodds, not to be called a strike.
Dave Rogers there, just getting on there, trying to do variations of type pitches to just get Jackson Watt offline here.
He needs to just get it a bit closer to the zone, doesn't he, Robbie? And maybe just look for ground balls.
Yep, and just maybe just get him jamming in what we call. Oh, but yeah, there's a nice outside pitch, clips the edge of the plate and caught strike in the zone. Good pitch from Dave Rogers.
Nice comeback at his full count on Jackson Watt, who helped his team really get going in his last at-bat. And this time he turns on one, he keeps the bat on his shoulder. I'm pretty sure that'll be no swing.
Nice tempting pitch from Dave Rogers. Just about drew that stroke swing from Jackson Watt. Just managed to hold.
2 balls, 1 strike. It was the call was 1 and 1.
Okay.
This time he's hit it hard out to Gene Lutton. Takes the out at 2. As Luba Whiskey slides into 2 to make life as difficult as he can for Ricky Manson to take the out. The two have a little bit of a staring contest and then smile at each other. Isn't that good sportsmanship out there?
No, I'm sure it is. And, both trying to do their job.
Yeah.
One is the race base runner and the other is on the defensive side.
Yeah. Porirua getting the job done. It's now 2 down. Papanui have helped themselves to a run, and here's the man who launched one over the centre field fence in his last at-bat. It was Marshall Cronk, who is up to bat now. This time we see David Rogers, Corey Timu going back to work on the outside of the plate with David Rogers back on the mound.
Well, runners on 1 and 3 here. I think, be nervous times because Marshall Cronk's been in good form. So at 6-4, Porirua City United still within the game.
Yeah.
Anything more and it sort of, while it's not impossible, it certainly makes their life work hard.
And Cronk will kick himself for not swinging at that one as it flew through the middle of the zone. Nice pitch from David Rogers. Definitely fooled Cronk into not knowing where that was going to go. That is a nice picture. They just do not get the call on those ones that start high and just drop. It looks like they're dropping through the zone, but...
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was a very good pitch. He took a little bit off it, but the umpire says it started high and just stayed outside the zone.
Yeah, no.
Close call, could have gone either way.
Yeah. And nice rising pitch from Davey Rogers. This time it's good to see the two pitchers going hard at each other here, Cronk and Rogers.
Probably don't have to call time for him just before you No, but once you put the ball in the circle, you can't really go, can you?
Corey Timu and umpire Dodds just having a little bit of conversation. Not a bad option there, and Cronk was tempted by that one. Didn't swing, however. Well, this ball game is coming towards its final stanzas. The next game was due to start at 1 o'clock. It's not going to start on time. But don't go anywhere when we finish this one because there will be more action coming right at you from Diamond 1. Sorensen Field, as we see Cronk launch one into the foul territory. It goes up under the trees to stay out of the rain.
You guys got the ball? He's sitting there making love to it.
That is the umpire's way of saying he's in the dugout drying the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, and there we go. The runner on third base wasn't ready for the pass ball on that occasion. little bit of inexperience there, but Josh Gladding as the DR should probably had a bit more of a jump. In these conditions, a pass ball from the pitcher is a definite possibility.
Yeah, Dave Rogers will be pleased with that effort from Corey Tierman to get back there. But yeah, I think you're right. The base runner there just a bit flat-footed there and just didn't get quite as good a jump as what he would like.
So with 2 down and the score at 6-4, it is Papanui with one of the world's premier hitters up who have loaded bases. So this is going to be an interesting at-bat.
Yes, and here is Tyrone Bartarello. They're the veteran for Papanui, third baseman.
You talk about cometh the hour, cometh the man. These are definitely the situations that players of this calibre absolutely relish. And there's a nice get away from my plate pitch from Davey Rogers.
Yeah, jam him up. Here we go.
And there we go. This time he's launched one deep out there towards the centre field fence. It scores 1, it scores 2, it scores 3. And there we go. Tyrone Bartarello doing exactly what we just predicted he would do. And he's cleared the decks for Papanui to the tune of 3 runs.
And nice rhythm swing there from Tyrone Bartarello, just really getting the back to ball and letting the pace of the ball do the work. And he stroked it out there between the centre fielder and left fielder. Scores 3 runs on that. So a big break here. And I would say Porirua are going to find this very hard to come out of this one. Definitely Papanui in the box seat.
Yes, number 47, Callum Bishop up to bat now as Davey Rogers keeps going to work. This one's hit out to Gene Lutton, and 1 ball too late gets the out. There we go. Porirua down in this one now by 9-4. Papanui enjoying a decent sort of an advantage as we head into the final stanzas. We will take a break and we'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute.
Try a trade. Try welding, plumbing, carpentry. Try automated trade skills, material fabrication, electrical. Try painting, try tiling. Try a trade. Starting this month, a 7-week program in partnership with Welltech and Whitireia. Uncover your passion for a future career. Open to all ages. Register your interest today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are now, and it's Papanui who are enjoying a healthy lead now. They've got 5 runs on Porirua City United. Porirua City United have battled gamely in this one, but it got to the 5th innings and they couldn't sustain the pressure on the hill anymore. It is now up to them to come back in this one. Tawera Bishop up to bat. He's already put one over the fence. He's had 2 safe hits, including a home run, and it is going to be up to him to get started.
Yeah, they'll just, with a 5-run lead here, they'll be just wanting to get on base, keep it going, and work their way around a bit. But, again, the meat of their order, so their experience needs to pretty well come to the fore here to keep Porirua within striking distance. Marshall Cronk, hasn't he had a superb game today, not just on the mound, but offensively in the batter's box?
Yeah, he's had an outstanding game. He probably took 1 or 2 batters to adjust when the weather changed, but he certainly has come back strongly. And you'd have to say at the moment, other than Tawera, is dominating the Porirua batters.
Yeah, going upstairs with the rise ball, just saying, tempting Bo, because he understands Bo has, out of all the Porirua batters, he's probably one that's actually had 1 or 2 hits off Marshall.
Yeah, he has, and he's just helped himself to another one. This one's caught, however, out there by Mitchell Finney, a nice running catch. And Tuera Bishop heads back to the dugout as the first out here in the bottom of the 6th innings. One down, we've got a pinch hitter in for Porirua. He's Faenza Bishop, number 33, and he is coming in to pinch hit for Wayne Laulu. That's an interesting one.
Wow.
Change for United, number 7 is out, number 33 is in. I was going to give that bad boy round.
I make that Ollie Smith. Yeah. So we just saw Takahui Bishop batting.
Yeah, well,
who was also a pinch hitter.
All these bishops look the same, mate.
See, they've been shuffling the bishops around in the order.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys. Anyway, we do have Faenza in there batting right now, who's launched one high into foul territory.
Faenza there, he'll be wanting to make some impact in the game here. Just getting...
It's amazing how similar they do all look, isn't it? And that was Takawi batting.
That was a solid hit.
Yeah, they're all units and they can all hit the ball hard. I see Sam Bishop is also listed in the team lineup, so you've got the all the brothers that are available to be here listed in the team sheet.
The only one missing is the brother Dave in the Gold Coast, who's also a handy softballer.
Yes, very much a handy softballer.
The Bishop family there.
Hello to David and his family over on the Gold Coast, if they're listening or watching the broadcast. So good to see so many of the Bishops still involved in our sport for Porirua, as we see Faenza striking out there to be the second out of the innings.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch, in and away, just outside, tempting Faenza Bishop there, and, he goes in swinging, and Marshall Cronk doing his job on the mound there.
Yeah, I'm sure if we were able to look at that one again, you'd see that pitch bent about 1.5 feet from where it started to the outside of that plate. Nice hard hit by Damon Creasy, and there we go. He has done a very good job for his team in lead-off in this ball game, and it's up to them now to capitalise on Damon Creasy making a start.
Yep, so 2 outs there, and the lead-off batter Damon Creasy there, doing his job there and getting on, brings into the batter's box the veteran Gene Lutton, also player coach. He'll be wanting to stamp his mark here and keep it going, keep the momentum going. If they can get maybe a couple of runs here, that'd be good. And nice steal there from the batter, the base runner.
Yeah, Porirua gone to the steal there, and they move Creasy across to 2. He comes into the second base hard.
Damon Creasy there also has aspirations to don the New Zealand Black Sox uniform, and
currently in the Black Sox training squad.
Yep.
So good luck to him if he ends up getting named in the squad for whatever internationals they've got coming up. I'm not quite sure what's on the calendar for the premier international team in our country.
Yeah, and around the ground here you'll see the coaching Thomas Mark here, the head coach. You've got there's Gene Lutton strikes out to end the innings, so that's a great result there for Papanui.
There we go. Papanui get out of the innings. Damon Creasy stranded at 2. Gene Lutton unable to get the ball out in front, and Marshall Cronk continues to put his foot on the throat of the Porirua batters. As the sun streams down on Sorensen Field, we'll take a break. We'll be back to find out what happens in just a minute.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Sorensen Field, Diamond 1. It's become bathed in sunshine out there for however long that lasts. The sun is shining on Papanui as they enjoy a big lead over Porirua by 9 runs to 4. The early stanzas saw all the running being made by Porirua as they leaped out to a 4-1 lead over Papanui. They couldn't sustain it, however, and ever since the 5th inning it has been all Papanui, and they are up again, batting now, as we see number 11, Mitchell Finney, into bat.
Well, this is it. They've really got to keep them within the 5 here, but I'm sure Papanui have got other ideas to keep the momentum going with their stick. They've done a great job to date so far in this game.
Well, Porirua haven't been able to sustain the presence on the mound that they would have liked to. Of course, in recent years, the pitching for Porirua has been shouldered by David Rogers and by Josh Pettit. Josh Pettit, who stepped away from the sport at the moment, and that has left a big hole in Porirua softball at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sure it has, and you know, all these teams go through those types of stages, don't they?
Yes,
and,
they do.
You know, but it's up to each team to rebuild again and get their roster back into shape, and I'm sure this won't be the end of Porirua City United. They've been on the top regionally for a while, and now PK have come in and won the intercity competition, Panik Kilburnie. So, you know, and I'm sure Porirua City United have got big aspirations to do well in this tournament.
Yeah, the only thing you can guarantee in any competition like this is that things will change. At the moment, it's changed for Porirua. They need to battle through their current situations. Not that there's anything wrong with what they've got, it's just they need a bit more presence in the middle. Everywhere else, they're still a high-quality team. And it's good to see PK getting back towards where they have enjoyed their status at the top of Wellington softball.
Yeah, I think it's good that, you know, the likes of Panik Kilburnie have got a proud history within the game, both regionally within and, of course, nationally within New Zealand. So it'd be good to see them out here, and, you know, I'm sure, just like these other teams. But Papanui have been the talk of the town at the moment of the last couple of days. Top team down in Canterbury, and Dave Rogers there just getting a nice pitch, clips the outside of the plate to catch Mitchell Finney looking there, strikes him out. So that's good. That's what Dave Rogers needs, nice big confidence booster there.
Ironically, Robbie, Porirua have got every lead-off hitter since the 5th inning. And it has also coincided with all the runs that Papanui have managed to score. So this is a trend that we hope does not continue for Porirua anyway in this inning. I'm sure for Papanui, they'll definitely want it to keep going. And they've brought in a pinch hitter themselves, and it's number 3, Jaden Britt.
Yes, Jaden, don't know much about him, but I did have the pleasure of playing with his father, Murray Britt. A bit as well, so all my regards there to you, Murray. Hope you're well there. Murray was a pitcher for the Canterbury and Papanui, but I have to say this, and I've said it before, probably one of the most illegal pitchers you've ever seen.
No. Pitchers don't admit to being illegal.
There's a bit of a story behind that. Murray came up and played for us in the PK or Wino Classic or something like that, and we were going to make sure we got our money's worth from him. But every third or fourth pitch was the umpire was saying, illegal, illegal. And so after about the third game, we just said, we want to get your money out of your mate here, so how about just pitching legally? But that's how we sort of got on there. And I says, yeah, you're a great pitcher, mate. It's pity you're illegal.
Well, there you go. Something that seems to be being stamped on at this tournament. We've seen several calls, speaking of a legal pitch,
Yeah.
At the tournament so far on day one.
Look, I think on that, the umpires have set a standard within New Zealand. They were practicing best standards, and what you might be able to get away with over in North America, not quite the same here in New Zealand or in maybe Australia. And I think it's a good thing.
I think one of the things that they might be looking to do, and this is, I'm not privy to anything by any means, and I'm just from observation, is trying to get consistent with the standards around the rest of the world.
Yeah, no, good point you make there, Gary. I think, everyone's going to be held accountable, and I think they're doing a good job.
There's a nice hit by young Jaden Britt. He's launched it all the way out to the left field fence, and the fielder was unable to cover that one, and it's a nice stand-up double by Jaden Britt.
Does a great job coming in as a pitch hitter there. That's what you want from a pitch hitter. Getting hard, good contact there, deep into left field, and he gets himself a two-base hit.
That brings the bat number 4, Josh Dixon, who helped himself to a triple in his last at-bat. And once again, the danger flags go up for Porirua.
Yeah, right throughout the game here, Papanui have been very aggressive in the batter's box, and it's really paid off for them on this game, with hard, good contact, a lot of safe hits, So they'll be very happy with the position where they are at the moment.
Well, we're in the 7th inning, ladies and gentlemen, as David Rogers gets ready to go once again. Fires the pitch in. There is right in the middle of the zone. Josh Dixon makes no mistake about that one as he hits it out to right field. The throw comes in all the way to the net. Damage done as Papanui score another run. 10 runs to 4.
And look at this pitch here. Here it comes, and he really launches himself into good position. Sends it to the right fielder there, and that allows the base runner to go from 2 all the way to home. Nice batting, Papanui.
Absolutely unchallenged in that one, and it is Josh Dixon standing up there safe at 2, bringing to bat number 17 in the order, Caleb Stewart.
Oof. I don't think Dave Rogers was happy, and neither was Corey Timu with that call. It looked a pretty good pitch, but maybe if in effect, like the umpire says, probably a little bit high, eh?
Yeah. Well, Richard Dodd's done a great job in this ball game so far, so we'll back him to be right on this occasion.
One thing I've noticed about the Papanui batters is that apart from, the number 2, 3 batters, Jackson Watt and that, the other batters are actually, they're not aggressive, but they're timing and stroking type hitting.
They're controlling their hitting. You're not seeing them, coming in and swinging for the fence by any means. We saw that when Tyrone Bartarello came in. He just controlled that hit.
Yeah.
It was by no means an attempt to get a grand slam over the fence. He just wanted it out there in the outfield on the grass.
And I think the results, or where the score is at the moment, reflects that, as opposed to where Porirua City United have. They've been very aggressive with the bat and scored their runs through power-type hitting. But, this is where a lesson learned about different variety in the batting, and I think what we see with Papanui does see that.
It's been very well coached as we see Davey Rogers getting another strikeout for the second out. Another run has scored in this innings, so 10 runs to 4, Papanui. It's a huge hill Porirua are going to have to run up. When they get a turn to bat, and they will get a turn, Josh Lubowiski, the lead-off hitter for Papanui, up to bat now. but very much be looking to get an out here. They do not want to go through the Watt, Cronk, Bartarillo, Bishop order again.
No, yeah. The Lubowiecki is the lead-off batter.
He is the lead-off batter, yep,
So
number 77.
So you could say that they're starting to get into the best batters that Papanui have, although this game they've batted from 1 to 9.
Yes, they have. We talk about those four, but Josh Dixon with a triple and a double. As better you can.
And even the guys that have come in for a hit have done their job. So
when you talk about controlled hitting, you saw Nathan, is it Callum Muir come in, and that hit that he put out to right field was exactly what was needed by the pinch hitter.
Yeah, and Jaden Britt also coming off the bench and doing damage there, and
it's the sort of execution of a team's plan that coaches love.
Yeah, and I would
I've
say
put you there to do a job, they do the job.
Yeah, and we've seen that today from the Papanui team, and then Marshall Cronk on the mound has really been dominant. Apart from one or two batters, he's kept them reasonably quiet.
Yeah, probably. If you were going to single out batters for Porirua, definitely Tuera Bishop and probably Damon Creasy have been the pick of them.
Yeah, and that's, then you look at what have the others done, and notice, of course, they've done their job as best they can, but as opposed to the Papanui batting lineup, it's not just been one or two, it's been actually 9 type different individuals doing their job, either getting walked like we've just seen here, constant pressure on the defensive lineup.
Yeah, well, we just talked about him not wanting to get into this area of the Papanui lineup, and it's exactly what's happened. Jackson Watt up to bat now. There we see Corey Timu throws a laser beam out to 2.
Yeah, one of Corey's strengths there is he's got a very good powerful arm, and he can throw from down in the squat, and it's deceiving whether he's throwing back to the pitcher or he's actually throwing over to second base.
And when he does usually decide to hit 2, it usually gets there in a hurry.
Yeah. Jackson Watt.
Powerful batter. Yeah.
Good game today.
But again, in the hit that he had in his last at-bat, he just controlled it.
Yeah.
Kept it on the deck, punched it through the infield. There's the pitch right on that spot that Davey Rogers has been looking for.
Nice pitch, Dave Rogers there. I suppose Jackson Watt was sitting, I'm going to get this pitch, but he probably looked like he got the total opposite to what he was thinking. So, yeah, good pitch.
Good pitch, and a pitcher's ability to disguise what's coming as well. This time it's Nemia who does handle the hot hit to the hot corner. Stands on the base for the 3rd out. Porirua diffused that situation. 3 down now. They get one more opportunity in this ball game to put a few hits together and see what they can do about this lead by Papanui. We'll find out if they can do it when we come back in just a minute.
Try a trade. Try welding, plumbing, carpentry. Try automated trade skills, material fabrication, electrical. Try painting, try tiling. Try a trade. Starting this month, a 7-week program in partnership with Weldtech and Whitireia. Uncover your passion for a future career. Open to all ages. Register your interest today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are into the second half of the 7th innings here in what's been an intriguing game. It was very, very even for 5 innings, and since then, Papanui have just been very professional about their work as they have put Porirua to the sword time and time again, and they enjoy a lead of 10 runs to 4. That's pretty much sums it up, doesn't it, Robbie, for how it's gone in the last 3 innings?
Yeah, it has really, and look, never say die. You never know. They're going to have to really bat through their order to get back into this game. And are they a side capable of doing that? Of course they are. And they've done it. They're a class act, and with this guy here, he could lead the way for them. Followed by so we've got Atiawa Bishop, then followed by the big Wayne Laulu. So they're in the right part of their order. They'll be just wanting to say, hey, we're never going to quit here. We're going to get bat onto ball.
And that's really the essence of it. They can't do anything about this lead until they get bodies on bases. And that's what Atiawa Bishop is going to have to do. I finally got the right Bishop.
Yeah.
After them confusing me in the previous innings. I thought I'd gotten the order wrong. I thought I'd got all sorts wrong. And then the answer was, yes, you did.
Well, 3 or 4 of them in there. There's a good chance you're not going to get it right. But, hey, this is Atiawa Bishop here, the Black Sox player. Tried his hand at baseball, now settled back into softball, and he's done very well individually for himself.
He's made a good fist of that, and there he is. He's going to put another safe hit against his name as he gets Porirua going.
Well, you've got to say Atiawa Bishop has been dominant over Marshall Cronk. I wouldn't say that the other batters could say the same thing, but Atiawa individually, if he wanted to battle with Marshall Cronk, he's...
probably come out on top in that battle with a home run and 2 other safe hits. The other time he was at bat, that was the catch was picked up as well. So he hasn't failed to hit the bat with the ball, that's for sure.
And good on him. So we got runners on 1 here. So, that's all you need.
And this is the other side of the coin with 2 strikeouts against his name in this one. Wayne Laulu has very much been on the back foot against Cronk.
Wayne's really been aggressive there at that pitch there. He thought, I would say he's going to put the first one there. I'm going after it no matter what. But
none down. Porirua have got a runner at 2, and I'm pretty sure that swing was just to disguise that steal.
Yeah, it sure was.
This one, however, was fouled back in a nice line pitched by Marshall Cronk. At times, he's very much had the ball on a string.
He has. Again, Marshall Cronk in front of the count here, putting all the pressure back on Wayne Laulu. Wayne's saying, I'm having you. He's thinking only one thing.
Yeah.
Put the ball over the fence here. You can just tell by his aggression.
Well, we talked about it before. It's what he's there to do.
Yeah.
Striking out doesn't worry these guys when they're only there to do one thing. Swing the bat, swing it hard, and make contact.
And you wouldn't expect anything less from Wayne Laulu. That's what he's known for, and that's what he says I'm going to do.
This time he's hit one hard into the ground. Well, we did mention when Porirua were 4-1 up that we didn't think we'd seen the score that would eventually win this game, and that's turned out to be what's happened. A lot of high-quality batting in this ball game.
Yes, and like you say, Porirua City United really started out of the blocks there and were in commanding form in the first 2 innings there. But credit to Papanui, they didn't panic. They knew what they could do, and they come the 4th and 5th innings, they started to show their worth, and the score reflects that.
Oh, Wayne, he'll kick himself for missing out on that one, as it looked like it just hovered in the zone for long enough for him to get his bat on it. He fouls it back to the back of the net. and lives to swing another day.
Time together quick.
And it's Cronk now, just pitching around that zone of Wayne's. The,
Yep.
the longer he's in there, the odds change, don't they?
Yeah, and you know, with the score 10-4, he doesn't really need to really come in, and he's throwing a lot of pitches outside the strike zone, which, you know, is saying I don't need to. I don't need to. If Wayne's in this mood to sort of have a go at every pitch, I'm not going to just throw it right there.
The sort of at-bats that possibly they needed more of even at the beginning of the game.
Yep. And then
Just making Cronk go deep into counts. This time we see Lalu's launched one deep into outfield. It's well taken out there by Josh Dixon in centre field, who's having himself quite a game in this one himself. Part of the defence, he's had 2 very good hits in the ball game. So he's having quite a game out there as Josh Dixon.
Nice, yes, and I know they're just catching on to that off pitch there and guiding it out there, but not enough to get past the centre fielder there.
Well, you've got Landon Lane out there at second base, and Porirua with 1 down should be looking to get him across the 3 however they can, because they might not have the opportunity to do it.
Corey Timu here, we're wanting to get one on here on Marshall Cronk. It's unusual for him to be quiet with the bat.
Whew, there he goes. It's a perfect spot. And that's another strikeout for Marshall Cronk. I make that 7, possibly I might have missed one on the way, but I make that at least 7 strikeouts for Cronk. Just starting to underline his dominance here, as we see Ricky Mann swing hard at a rising ball.
That rising pitch of Marshall Cronk is actually something that's very hard to stay off. It comes low and rises right high.
It goes right through your eye line, doesn't it? And it travels through a lot of the zone. Actually ends up out of the zone, but it's just so hard to lay off.
Yeah.
It is definitely a feature pitch of many of the world's power pitchers now. You see Nick Hayes, the Kiwi pitcher. There we go. Ricky Mann's helped himself to 1. It's gone deep. It's gone all the way out of the yard.
He's
going to score 2 runs. Gives Porirua a glimmer of hope. And there we go. Ricky Mann. An automatic home run. Scoring 2 runs. Porirua.
Wow.
Up to 10-6.
So Ricky Manson has had a good day within the batter's box here, and him along with Tawera Bishop have been very good on the bat. And Ricky, just that will be like his last turn at bat, just really uses the speed of the pitch, but got it right in the sweet spot of his bat. Follow through.
The thing about it is if, and I don't want to be tough on the Porirua pitching, but coming into a game against Papanui, you probably realise you're going to have to score, a decent amount of runs to win the game.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it by scoring 1 or 2. They might have come in expecting to have to score more than 6, which is what they've done, and that's turned out to be the case in this case with Papanui helping themselves to 10 runs.
Yeah, and they had that comfortable lead, but good on Porirua. They're not going to just die line. They're going to take their cuts. And
Here we go. This time it's Aaron Nemia who gets them going again. He's rounded first base, but he's got himself out there safe at first base, and quite a 2-down rally going on here for Porirua as Gavin Peaty comes back into the game after being substituted in the last at-bat. And that's going to get him on deck.
Oh,
as we see
yes.
Marshall Cronk
Yeah.
lose control of that pitch. And Petey gets on deck in his second hit pitch of the ball game. It's just as effective as a hit, isn't it?
And that's caused for the coaching staff of Papanui just to say, hey, let's just try and just break a bit of rhythm here and just get a bit of things going.
Yeah.
We only need one out for the game, but let's make sure we're back on our...
Yeah, the coach has gone out there and said, hey, settle down, lads. Let's not forget who's in charge in this ball game. Stop pitching around these guys. You've got the luxury of going at them with that much of a lead. Back your field. Find the zone.
So young Ollie Smith comes back in there for his turn at bats. The right fielder.
And that's exactly what happens with Cronk. He fires one straight through the middle of the zone. Possibly a pitch that you might have wanted to pull the trigger on, because I don't know if he's going to get one that close to the middle again. And he calls me a liar by putting it straight in the same spot.
And the weather's starting to try and get some bit of fine weather here, but...
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's clearing up, it's drying out, and we have a lot more softball to go here at Fraser Park Sportsball today. We were due for the next game at 1 o'clock. It's now 1:30. As we see Marshall Cronk get the job done.
Yeah, there you go.
Strikes out Ollie Smith and snuffs out that brief comeback by Porirua. They do go down in the end in this one to Papanui by 10 runs to 6. Highlights for you, Robbie?
Well, no doubt the Marshall Cronk on the mound, I thought he had a superb game, and with the bat as well. But I like the way that Papanui go about their job, particularly when they're batting. I think they bat with a lot of control and consistency, and in the end, that's what got them over the line there, because there were 6 runs scored by Porirua City United, so a bit of a hitting fest, but I think Papanui deserved winners from an all-round point of view.
Yep, well, that's right. So from the team from Christchurch that have now won 8 Canterbury Club Championships in a row, they come back and get the job done on Porirua. They win this one by 10 runs to 6, and that's it for us here at Ballpark Broadcasting. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and for us here, we are done until the next game. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be back in just a minute with more action from here from Sorensen Field.
Bye.